The potential of hydrogen? Absolutely. Let's get into it. So for today's tips and tricks, we're going to take a look at one of the most basic aspects of cultivation practice, and that is checking the pH of any solution that you deploy onto your plants. pH stands for potential hydrogen, and pH is simply the measure of hydrogen ions in solution. The more hydrogen ions, the more acidic. The fewer hydrogen ions, the more basic. And what we use in order to measure pH is a pH pen. This is a Blue Lab pH pen, and it's the pH pen that we've been using for forever in the facility. We've tried a few others, but Blue Lab is definitely the gold standard. They are the most reliable, and they are the ones that we have come to count on in terms of an accurate pH reading in our solutions. So why do we measure pH, and why is measuring the pH important? We measure pH because it is a cornerstone to understanding where your solution is sitting in terms of that optimal uptake of nutrients. If you're sitting down at the low end of the scale in the super acidic realm, you're going to be locking out nutrients. You're going to create an unhealthy environment for your plants. If you're sitting way up in the basic realm of 7.5, 8, and north of that, you're also going to be locking out nutrients. The pH of your soil and the pH of that rhizosphere is there to support optimal nutrient uptake and optimal nutrient cycling for the bacteria, the fungi, and all of the microbiology that's down in that rhizosphere. So as we've talked about in previous tips and tricks, nutrient cycling is the way that the biology is going to unlock and make bioavailable all of that nutrient, all the nutrients for the plants. If the pH is optimized, you are going to optimize the nutrient cycling for that biology to make those nutrients bioavailable. What we try to do is just stay in a range. This is not something where you have to stress yourself out and land on a fraction. It's a fairly straightforward approach. We typically think about 6.5 to 7 as our optimal range that we're looking to hit with our pH. If you're looking at anything below 6.5, it's not that it's a problem, it's just that's not necessarily the sweet spot for the ideal bioavailability of those nutrients to your plants. So once you've built your nutrient solution, how do you move that pH up and down to optimize it? So these are the two products that we use in order to optimize our pH. Very simple approach, and I'm gonna go through both of these products here for you. So one of the products that we've talked about in the past is fish emulsion. It is a super utilitarian nutrient solution for us that we use from veg through flower. So one of the things that we've learned over years of using fish is that it is an incredibly acidic solution in that fish emulsion. And so we can use it as a pH down to acidify a solution that is too basic. So with just a small dose of fish, we can bring that pH down into the range that we need. And the flip side of that is if our solution is too acidic, then we can move into this wonderful product from Nectar for the Gods, a local Oregon company that we love to work with, who we featured on other videos. This is their Olympus Up. We call it Oli Up, and it is a calcium carbonate based product that is a great source of calcium, and it also is an incredibly basic, meaning the opposite of acidic, it is an incredibly basic solution, so it helps us to raise pH up into that optimal range. So along the continuum of that pH scale, you have a nice sweet spot that you can hit that is a Again, not landing on a fraction. You can use your fish emulsion to drive your pH down. You can use a product like a calcium carbonate to raise your pH. These are our two go-to products in order to optimize that pH. But the two main takeaways here today are pH needs to be optimized in order to make sure that the nutrients in your soil are bioavailable to your plants. You don't have to land on a fraction, just keep it in the range of 6.5 to 7.0, and make sure that you've got a Blue Lab pen that you can use to check that pH every time you're going to deploy. The storage solution and then the calibration solution that Blue Lab sells with their products is also really important. You can see right around the tip of the cap, this little mineral buildup. That's the storage solution that over time, as it dries, it just leaves a sort of mineral deposit. It's important that the Blue Lab pH pen stays in that solution when you store it. It's also important to regularly calibrate your pH pens. We like to calibrate ours about once a month. You can do it more often. It's not a big deal. But these products that come with the pH pens are actually really important, so don't sleep on those. So that's the tip of the day. Make sure you stay on top of your pH. And if you have any other questions about nutrient solutions or anything relating to cultivation, make sure you check out our online course where there is a wealth of information about cultivation, and we'll see you on the next one.